Hello, hello, and happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Can't believe I just said that. What am I, 9,000 years old? What am I also going to say, righty, tighty, lefty, loosey? Oh, Jesus. All right, before I lose track and my ADD kicks over, it is Wednesday. So today is a run, cardio, fucking day, whatever. And usually what I do here is it's either I don't want to say long, but somewhere between 30 and 60 minutes of duration, depending on how I'm feeling, depending on how much fatigue I am carrying in my legs, through my body, even psychologically, because that fucking matters, will determine if I either do some sort of threshold or tempo run, which is, so generally how they like quantitate this is it's like right at or under your lactate threshold. I don't know the number of lactate, but it's essentially when your body can't flush out the lactate. So then it goes over a certain number and then you cross that threshold. I'm smart, right? I'm still learning about this endurance stuff, okay? I'm more on the strength fucking hypertrophy side of things, so bear fucking with me. And I don't think any of you understand this either. But yeah, so tempo-ish run, lactate threshold. Usually they call it like the comfortably hard. So I've also seen someone say it's something that you can probably do for an hour, but it's going to be fucking pretty goddamn hard. All right. So I'll either do that if I feel good and I want to, or I will just turn this into a nice kind of slower zone 2 day. And I'll kind of do in how I break this down again. So one is just how I feel. If I'm really trying to stay structured with my running and have some serious running goals or whatever, then I might kind of pre-plan this out. Bear with me, I'm putting my socks on. I might pre-plan this out and be a little bit more strict with don't be a baby back bitch. You're gonna do the lactate or the threshold run. Or what you can do too, if you're like, I'm a bitch and I can't do that because I'll always do the easy one, then stagger it, So you can alternate between, all right, week 1, I'm going to do a threshold run. Week 2, I'm going to do a slow run. And what you can also do too is you can also do that with the lower body, the Tuesday, the one I just posted. You can modify the training volume or intensity too. So meaning if you have a threshold run, if it's a threshold run week, maybe you scale down on, again, the volume intensity so you're not holding as much fatigue or whatever. Again, play around with it. If you started watching these videos, if you watched yesterday's video, you know that you need to enjoy yourself. You need to stay consistent. You're probably not some crazy fucking Olympic athlete, so there shouldn't be all that much pressure to like perform at 100% on every single workout. The pressure is staying fucking consistent. And I know it's corny, but just applying that 80-20 rule, it's like 80% of the time we're on pretty well, or we're on 80%, or 80% we're doing whatever, however you want to look at that or whatever. So don't fucking kill yourself. Be aware. And sometimes you do have to step over that threshold of knowing like, all right, that was too much. I forced myself to do a threshold, then I missed two more runs or 2 workouts later in the week. Obviously, that's not the fucking goal. And that does happen. And I see that a lot with clients too, where they think that they're capable or they think that they have the capacity for a lot more than what they currently do with their life. Again, we have a lot of different life stressors. So even if it isn't like, well, fuck, I'm not working out. Why am I having such a hard time? Dude, it's, fuck, what is the name of it? I'm really mad. Hold, please. Hold, please. I have it in my phone. This is pissing me off that I cannot remember the name of this. Hold on. Hang tight. Hang tight. Hang tight. This is the worst video ever. I'm scrolling through my phone as you guys are just watching me. But this is going to bug me if I don't figure this out. And I thought I'd be able to Google it, but it's not there. So anyway, what I'm trying to explain or think of, the word that I can't think of, it's escaping me, is there's a word for it's basically the sum of all stress. Here we go. Allostatic load, okay? Allostatic load, which is total sum of all stressors from any origin. This adds up. So I think a lot of, like, again, if you're just labeling as Gen Pop, Gen Pop, what they do is they just think of the physical stressors. And they're like, well, I'm not doing a lot of that, so why is this so hard? Why am I missing days? Blah, 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 blah. But remember, this is the sum of all psychological stress, spiritual stress, whatever. This all gets gathered up into one bucket and it affects every other stressor. So your activity might be low, but if you have a ton of stress from these other parts of your life or whatever, it's going to affect that as well too. So you need to look at the whole cake, the whole piece of pie, whatever the fuck. You need to look at everything because this will also affect. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but the whole thing is just being aware and being realistic of all the different stressors in your life and what you have the capacity for, and realizing that, again, it's a sum of everything. So sometimes just because activity is low does not mean that you'll have the capacity to do the craziest, hardest runs or whatever because you have stress on this other aspect of your life or whatever. I know I'm jumping around, but I think you can somewhat follow what I'm trying to say. So anyway, long story short, it's Wednesday. If you're following along, if you're feeling good, fuck around with some tempo or threshold. Remember, this is, what'd I say? I wrote all this down. Comfortably hard, okay? Somewhere between 7 to 8 out of 10, okay? So don't kill yourself. This should be comfortably hard or repeatedly hard. So what I was doing when I was doing threshold, and usually when I do my threshold, I keep this at probably around 1K to a mile. So 1K to 1600K, I guess. And there are repeats around. So with the mile, I was doing mile repeats. And again, this is also very context dependent where you're at in your running journey, blah, 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 blah. But think of somewhere between 3 to 7 minutes on at that, again, comfortably hard pace. And then you'll probably kind of jog really slow or walk for another 3 to 5 minutes. And you're kind of repeating that cycle for the duration of whatever time. So I think when I did this, I was doing a mile on, and then I would do like 3 to 4 minutes, just like really, really slow jogging, like the old people jog. And I'd repeat that for anywhere between 3 to 5 miles. Again, another thing that I auto-regulate is kind of duration or distance. If I'm fucking feeling good and I'm not creeping over that 8 out of 10 mark, I might go a little bit further. So just listen to your body. Again, the goal here is just to get some good quality cardio in. This shit fucking matters, bro. This shit matters. Trust me, I was the guy that's for cardio, what is that, Spanish? For a fucking long time. And I know it's very trendy right now to get into this hybrid shit. I understand, which I don't like. It's fucking corny, even though I am hybrid in a lot of aspects and stuff. But have a good time with this one. I'll jump in during my runs with my iPhone and stuff like that. I need to get out because it's getting fucking hot already. So not looking forward to this all that much. But we got goals, baby. And we got to get this shit in. So yeah, enjoy yourself. Have fun. Do whatever modality you want. If you want to get back in the running, hit some running, biking, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't really fucking matter. But yes, this stuff will help the heart, the lungs, our VO2 max, our lactate threshold, move that up. And I promise you, you'll just fucking feel better. And again, you will be much more of a capable weapon in all aspects of fitness and athleticism. So anyway, that's it. I'm at 8.5 minutes. I will see you guys on the run. Well, this is great. Fucking procrastinated per usual, and it's showing 95 degrees out here in Denver, which is fantastic. I'm just doing a little warm-up, a little walk, forward, backwards, side shuffle stuff, just general kind of warm-up shit. But this just made me think because of the weather, just another variable that will affect the hardness, it's a little weird to say, of the run. So please take that into consideration. And that's why you can't just have some universal, 6 minute per mile pace. It's like, well, dude, that might be when it's nice and cool and there's a good breeze. When it's fucking 95, no breeze and hot as shit, that could be a 13 out of 10 effort level. So always keep that in mind. And this is why you need to be able to auto-regulate. And this is why I like things like reps in reserve or RPE or whatever, that scale based on fatigue, heat, or whatever the fuck, okay? So, all right, I'm gonna start this jog here and I'll check in a bit. All right, update. It's even hotter as shit, even hotter as hot as shitter. Yeah, it's fucking hot. So what I've done so far, I did my normal warm-up jog down here, which ended up being about 2K. That was around 9:30
to 9:50 pace. So again, just nice and slow. And then I said, fuck it. Let's pick a pace that you're kind of comfortable at. Start at 6 out of 10. And then once it starts creeping to 8 out of 10, cut it off. Which ended up being like 5 minutes at, I think actually it was like 7:15-ish. It's a little faster than I thought I would go. So now I'm jogging slow. If I feel like doing another one, I will. If I don't, I won't, and I'll just keep it nice and slow. Again, it is really fucking hot. I'll see you when I see you. Update. It's still fucking hot. I had to stop at a water fountain. Hopefully there's no crack shoved in, because I know that's what the hobos like to do, apparently, as I was told. Yeah, because I normally don't bring water on the Wednesdays. Usually I'm able to get through it, and I just hate carrying that shit, but I had to do it. So yeah, I did not do another interval. I'm just gonna jog back home and call it for today. All right. I had to get that thumbnail. Holy shit. Yeah, that was hard. It was really fucking hot. Very thirsty. Maybe find some electrolytes. But we don't did it. So total was 5 miles at a 9:19 pace, which I'll take. Again, I did kind of one pseudo threshold interval run, and then I was like, it's just too fucking hot. And remember, that lactate threshold is more based on like heart rates. I think that will be the proxy to accumulating that byproduct. So because of the increased heat, I still think I was able to do a lot of threshold stuff, especially coming home because it's all uphill, even though I was going so fucking slow. My heart rate was pretty high. This has me at average of 151, but I didn't wear my chest strap today. And because of my tattoos, my watch like rarely works unless it's like right at the right spot at the top and it's super tight. So I don't know, but it was probably roughly around there. So overall, I think I felt fine, but again, it was just hard because it was hot as a motherfucker. But I like throwing these in just as another kind of challenge. So yeah, so we got it. So that concludes Wednesdays. Sometimes I do a double because my brother and I generally try to do on Wednesdays at like late afternoon, around 4-ish. We do his Zwift ride together. He's over in California, so it's just a good way for us to connect, do some cardio and stuff together as well. So we might do that today. It's been harder. He's been busy, and also I have a newish puppy. I've had him for a month. I will put him on the channel at some point. There's a short video somewhere. So it's just been hard dedicating, close to 2 hours for exercise and trying to get my work done and everything like that. So anyway, that's it for Wednesday. That is a wrap. Again, if you're following along, I would say let's call this 30 to 60 minutes threshold or just zone 2 or some sort of in between of those two. Like I said, I did zone 2, then I did 1 5-minute threshold run, and then I did zone 2, and then I probably finished with kind of thresholdy going uphill because it was so fucking hot. So again, have fun with it. It's not that fucking serious. Get some quality something in. And again, I know I keep reiterating this shit, and I will keep reiterating that we need to be consistent. Consistency will trump fucking everything, dude. Everything. So think about everything that will lead into consistency. Because, and this is what I see, and the reason why I'm so passionate about this is because of the clientele I train, where it's mainly general population. It's people that have a heart. They are not at their goals, not because of the secret program or whatever. It's because consistency. So I've really tried to break down like what all goes into consistency and adherence. And I even try I've run through this a lot, and I've told newish trainers, it's like, what we are trying to do here, or the most important thing, is breaking down all the variables that will positively influence adherence or consistency. That is everything. That is everything. If you can figure that out and kind of pseudo manipulate that, you will have better results with yourself and your clients and anything else than the optimal fucking bro doing his stupid flappy fucking things that your client hates, okay? Because they need to show up. Showing up and giving effort are the biggest things. Biggest things. So anyway, have fun. Get some good cardio in today. Care about this guy, okay? This is fucking important. Like I said, I care about fucking gains too. I want to look good. But if we can live longer, we can make gains for longer, right? Okay? Is that a way to get you to do fucking cardio? Plus, dude, we're not doing enough to really run into interference. I know we see, it's like, I remember years ago seeing the sprinter and the distance runner, and the distance runner is this like pencil thin motherfucker, and it's like, bro, that is such the extreme level. you're not that fucking guy. There's plenty, especially now with the hybrid stuff. There's some jacked motherfuckers that are way faster than me. So anyway, have fun with this one. I will be back tomorrow for Thursday, which is the upper body B. I know this is weird because I started on a Tuesday, but whatever the fuck, it is what it is. I'm trying to start telling myself, just fucking show up and go. Meaning, like with this, it's just post something. It doesn't need to be perfect, or else I'll be like, I need to start on Monday, and then that will lead me to not doing this for years, or maybe not ever, because I have a tendency to do that. So anyway, have fun with this one. Happy Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow with upper body B. Peace out.